Network reports. Text 81869.
First tonight, 3 Muslim men have been found guilty of stirring up hatred on the grounds of sexual orientation in Derby. It's after they gave out leaflets that said Islam called for anyone caught committing homosexuality to be executed. Asian Network's Martin Smedley is across this.
Well, 42-year-old Ihjaz Ali, Kabir Ahmed, who's 28, and 27-year-old Razwan Javed handed out the pamphlet called The Death Penalty outside and near the Jamia Mosque in Derby's Rosehill Street and the streets around the local neighbourhood back in July 2010. Now, the leaflet was made and used as part of a campaign to publicise a protest in response to the Gay Pride Parade in Derby that year. The leaflet showed an image of a mannequin hanging from a noose, quoted Islamic texts as well that said capital punishment was the only way to rid society of homosexuality. During the trial, the jury heard there were 2 other leaflets that were distributed and were relevant in the case to show intent, even though charges hadn't been brought in relation to them. One of them was called GAY, an acronym for God Abhors You, and the other was called Turn or Burn. Now, this man received 2 of the leaflets.
I'd actually been out that evening and got this leaflet about 9:30 at night. On it, there was a picture of a burning man in like a lake of fire with the title on the front, Turn or Burn. It was only a few days later when I actually, later that night, I actually realised it had been distributed more widely, and then a few days later, more widely still.
And he says he was shocked, so reported them to the police.
Initially, I didn't know what to do. I rang a couple of friends who said, I think you need to ring the police, which I did. Their initial question was, are you staying at home tonight? And I thought, probably not. So at that point, I just grabbed a load of stuff in a bag and went to my partner's house.
Now, during the trial at Derby Crown Court, the men admitted distributing the leaflets, but said they were simply quoting and following what their religion teaches about homosexuality, and they had a moral and religious duty to do this. They said they didn't intend to threaten anyone.
So what happened in court today?
Well, those 3 men I mentioned earlier, all from Derby, were convicted by a jury of distributing threatening written material intending to stir up hatred on the grounds of sexual orientation. There was no reaction from them as they were convicted. 2 other men from Derby, Mehboob Hussain and Umar Javed, were found not guilty of the charges by the jury. Now, this is a significant case because it's the first prosecution of its kind since legislation came into force in March 2010. The judge has adjourned sentencing until early next month, but has told the men they're facing a custodial sentence.